You want to know the quickest way to find out who someone really is? Let them hurt you and watch who laughs. My girlfriend looked me straight in the face and said, "I needed a real man." She smirked like she won something. Her friends nodded, whispering, pointing at me like I was some weak little joke. I spent years lifting her up while she tore me down behind my back. And right there, surrounded by people who wanted to see me break, I did something none of them expected. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I didn't chase. I walked away. Quiet, calm, dangerous. Because nothing scares a liar more than the moment you stop fighting for them. But before I tell you what happened next, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. After I found out, the world tilted. Not fast, not loud. Slow enough for every detail to burn into memory. We were at her friend's apartment, music low, drinks on the table, a casual night that turned into a knife. She stood in front of everyone, arms crossed, chin high, acting proud of something she should have hidden in shame. Then she said it. I needed a real man. The room froze. Her friends stared at me, waiting for a reaction. Some bit their lips to hide smiles. Others whispered. She smirked like she delivered a punchline. I felt my chest tighten, but I stayed still. I looked at her face, the woman I trusted, the woman I held at night, the woman I believed. She looked right through me like we never shared a single moment that mattered. Her friend Jenna leaned in and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Don't look so shocked. You had to know someone else would treat her better." Better. Better than the guy who worked long nights. Better than the guy who paid rent. Better than the guy who held her through panic attacks. Better than the guy who never cheated. Better than the guy who stayed loyal while she sneaked around. I took a slow breath. "Who is he?" she shrugged. "Someone who knows what he wants." I kept my voice level. "How long?" "Months," she said. "You were boring, safe, predictable." Her friends nodded along. One of the guys smirked and said, "Man, don't act surprised. Women don't like weak men." Weak. That word hit harder than her confession, not because it was true, but because she wanted it to be. She wanted to turn her guilt into my flaw. I looked her in the eyes. "You cheated because you wanted attention." She laughed. "I cheated because you were not enough." Her friends cheered, like she won a game. Not one person in that room told her to stop. Not one person said she went too far. A pack of hyenas feeding on pride and alcohol. I picked up my jacket. My hands did not shake. My voice did not rise. I said one sentence. "Thank you for telling me." She frowned, confused. "That's it? You're not going to cry? You're not going to beg?" "No." Her face twitched. She expected a scene. She expected tears. She wanted drama so she could call me emotional or clingy. She wanted to show her audience how powerful she felt. I refused to give her that win. So I walked toward the door. Her voice chased me. "Where are you going?" "Away," I said. "You think walking off makes you strong?" she shouted. "No, it makes me done." Her friends stared. Silence replaced laughter. She stepped forward, face tightening. "You're really leaving?" "Yes." Her smirk slipped. She grabbed my arm. "You don't get to act like you're above this." I pulled my arm away. "I'm not above anything. I'm done with people who feel proud of hurting others." She scoffed. "You'll come back. You always come back." "No," I said. "Not after today." I left the apartment. The hallway smelled like old carpet and stale beer. I walked down the stairs, each step heavier than the last. Outside, the night air felt sharp and cold. I reached my car, unlocked the door, and leaned my forehead against the roof. My phone buzzed. A message from her. then another, then 10 more. I didn't open them. Let her type, let her panic. Silence hurts the selfish more than shouting ever could. I drove across town to my place. Every mile felt like a piece of weight sliding off my shoulders. When I parked, I sat there with the engine off, staring at my hands. I spent years giving her everything. I thought being loyal was enough. I thought loving her was enough. She wanted a real man. A real man in her mind was someone who cheated with her, who lied with her, who treated her like an object and me like trash. That was her standard. That was her definition. Not strength, not honor, not loyalty. Trash attracts trash. I walked inside my apartment, dark, quiet, mine. No makeup in the sink, no perfume in the air, no fake apologies waiting. I dropped my keys on the counter and sat on the couch. Then the tears came. Not for her, for the time I wasted. For every night I believed her lies. For every excuse I accepted. For every red flag I ignored because I thought love demanded patience. My phone buzzed again. I picked it up. Her voice in a message. "You left like a coward. A real man fights." I typed back. "A real man leaves when he is disrespected." She replied fast. "You're throwing everything away over one mistake." One mistake. Months of cheating is not one mistake. Months of lying is not one mistake. Months of laughing behind my back is not one mistake. I blocked her number. Then I blocked her friends. The silence that followed felt clean. I took a shower, changed clothes, opened the window, and let fresh air replace the poison she brought into my life. I slept deeper than I had in months. The next morning I woke up and checked my phone. No calls, no texts, no apologies. Good. I made breakfast, sat at the small table, and felt something I didn't expect. Peace. Not happiness, not yet, but peace. Later that afternoon, a message popped up from a number I didn't know. "I heard what happened. Meet me tonight. You deserve to know the whole truth." I stared at the screen. The number wasn't hers. It wasn't a friend of hers. It was someone else. Someone who knew more. Someone who wanted to talk. I replied with one word. "When?" The answer came fast. 9 p.m., behind the coffee shop. A cold feeling crawled up my spine. This wasn't over. After I saw the message, my first thought was trap. Her friends loved drama. They would do anything to twist the knife deeper. But something about the text felt different. Short, direct, no insults, no laughing. Someone wanted to talk, not mock. At 8:55 p.m., I parked behind the coffee shop. The lot was mostly empty except for a few cars and a street lamp buzzing over cracked pavement. The night smelled like rain, even though the sky stayed dry. At 9 sharp, a black sedan pulled in. The driver stepped out. It wasn't her. It wasn't any of her friends. It was her sister, Emily. She walked toward me slowly, hands in her jacket pockets, eyes tired like she hadn't slept in days. "I'm glad you came," she said. I didn't respond. She stopped a few feet away. "I heard what she said to you, about needing a real man, about you not being enough." She lowered her eyes. "She's worse than you think." I crossed my arms. "So go ahead. Say what you came to say." She took a deep breath. She didn't cheat with one guy. She cheated with 3. That hit harder than the first confession. 3. Not an accident. Not a moment. A pattern. A hobby. Emily kept talking. She bragged about it. Said she wanted someone taller, someone stronger, someone with more money. She called you a backup plan. I stared at the pavement, jaw locked. Every word felt like broken glass in my throat. She said you were safe, so she didn't have to try with you. But with the other guys, she felt wanted. There was that word again. Wanted. Not loved, not respected, wanted, like an object. I looked at Emily. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm tired of defending her, she said. You treated her better than anyone. You were there every time she needed something, and she treated you like garbage. I'm done pretending she's the victim. I leaned against my car, trying to breathe. Did she tell you to come here? No, she'd kill me if she knew. Emily pulled out her phone. I recorded something. You need to hear it. She pressed play. Her sister's voice filled the parking lot. If he leaves, who cares? He's weak. He'll come crawling back. He always does. Laughter in the background. I only dated him because it was easy. He pays for everything, and if I want fun, I get it somewhere else. My stomach twisted. Another voice spoke. Aren't you scared he'll find out? She laughed. Even if he does, he won't leave. He's too nice. Nice men don't walk away. The recording ended. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. Street light humming, wind pushing dead leaves across the pavement. My heart was loud, but my voice was steady. She's wrong, I said. Emily nodded. I know. That's why I'm here. Because you're not the loser she says you are. She is. I turned to leave, but Emily stepped forward. One more thing. I waited. She told her new guy you're a joke. She told everyone. But the truth is, he's not staying. She's already cheating on him too. Of course she was. Cheaters don't change because they find new faces. They change when they find new limits, and she never hit one. Thank you, I said. Emily nodded and went back to her car. As she drove off, I leaned against mine, breathing slow, letting the anger fade into something quieter, not rage, clarity. I got in and turned the key. As I drove home, my phone buzzed again. A number I recognized this time, her. I ignored it. She called again, ignored. A third time. I answered. Her voice was tight. Where are you? Why? I went to your apartment. You're not here. We need to talk. No, we don't. She scoffed. You're being childish. I laughed once. You cheated with 3 guys. You humiliated me. You told everyone I was weak. And you think maturity is me standing in front of you while you pretend to apologize? She stayed silent. You want something from me? I said. Say it. Her tone softened, fake sweetness dripping from every word. I miss you. I made a mistake. Which one? I said. Name them, first, second, third. Silence again. She finally whispered, Who told you? That doesn't matter. Yes, it does. No, I said. What matters is you thought I'd never leave. You thought I'd accept anything, as long as you stayed. She tried one last trick. The same trick she used every time she wanted control. Come over, she said softly. We can fix this. No, I said. You don't fix broken glass, you sweep it away. Before she could answer, I hung up. I didn't block her this time. I wanted her to feel the distance, to feel the quiet, to feel powerless for once. When I got home, I sat on the couch. The recording replayed in my mind, her voice dripping with pride while she destroyed me to look strong. The pain wasn't gone, but it was changing. It was turning into something sharp and steady, respect for myself. The next morning, a knock hit my door, hard, repeated. I opened it. She stood there. No makeup, hair messy, eyes puffy, desperate. We need to talk, she said. I stepped aside and opened the door wider. She walked in. But she didn't know something important. The man she used to manipulate was gone. After she walked in, the air changed. She looked around the apartment like she expected reminders of her, photos, clothes, gifts, something to show she still existed here. There was nothing. Every piece of her life had been packed and set aside by the door in a small box. Her eyes landed on it. She froze. You packed my stuff? Yes. That's cold. No, I said. It's respect. For myself. She frowned. like the idea was foreign. She sat on the couch and crossed her arms. You didn't answer my texts. I thought you'd need space, but you owe me a conversation. I stayed standing. I don't owe you anything. She blinked fast. So that's it? You give up? I didn't give up. I woke up. Her jaw tensed. You're acting different. I am different. She looked away, voice softer. I messed up. I know I hurt you. You didn't hurt me, I said. You tried to. You failed. Her eyes snapped toward mine. Don't pretend you don't care. I cared, I said. Past tense. She swallowed hard. I want to fix this. You don't want to fix anything, I said. You want control. You want attention. You want someone loyal to you while you cheat with anyone who looks at you twice. Her mouth opened. That's not... Emily told me everything. Her face went white. She didn't... She did. Silence. Heavy. Cornered. 3 guys, I said. Not 1. 3. Her lip trembled. I was stupid. No, I said. Stupid means you didn't know any better. You knew exactly what you were doing. You bragged about it. She shook her head, eyes wet. I was drunk. I was angry. I didn't mean half the things I said. You meant all of them, I said, because you said them when you thought I'd never hear. She covered her face with her hands. I'm sorry. No, I said. You're scared, there's a difference. Her breath shook. What do you want me to do? Beg? Cry? Prove myself? I'll do it. You won't, I said, because you only want me now that I'm gone. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. You hurt me, she said, but you're acting like you did nothing wrong in this relationship. I didn't cheat. She blinked. So that's all you think matters? That's the only thing you destroyed. Her voice rose. You think you're perfect? You think walking out makes you some kind of hero? No, I said calmly. It makes me someone with boundaries. She tried again. I can change. No, I said. You'll repeat. Her tears finally fell, fast and real. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I wanted attention so much. Because you mistake desire for love, I said, and you mistake loyalty for weakness. She slid off the couch and knelt in front of me, hands shaking. Please, don't leave me. I already left. She stared up at me, breathing hard. You don't get it. Those guys don't care about me. They don't call. They don't text. They don't want me. I know, I said. Cheaters learn that fast. Her voice cracked. But you cared. I did, I said. And you mocked me for it. Her shoulders curled forward. You were good to me. Better than anyone. And I threw it away. I nodded once. Yes? So you're ending this? She whispered. This ended the second you laughed in my face. She covered her mouth and sobbed. Not pretty, not dramatic, broken. But it was too late. Some damage doesn't heal. Some betrayals don't get second chances. She looked up. Can we start over? No. Why not? Because I finally respect myself. Silence filled the room. Heavy, final. She wiped her eyes, stood slowly, looked at the box by the door. Is this really goodbye? She asked. Yes. She picked up the box, hands trembling. I thought you'd chase me. I know, I said. That was the problem. She walked out. When the door closed, the apartment went quiet again. But the quiet didn't feel empty. It felt clean. I sat at the table and exhaled. My heart hurt. But not in a broken way. In a healing one. I didn't lose something today. I took something back. My peace. A week later, I got a text from an unknown number. A picture of her crying, writing paragraphs about regret and second chances. I deleted it. A month later, Emily sent another message. She keeps asking about you. I replied. She'll be fine. And she will. People like her always find someone else to use. As for me, I went on with my life. Work got easier. Nights got calmer. Food tasted better. I smiled again. Not because I found someone new, but because I remembered who I was before she tried to break me. One night at a gas station, I ran into an older man who held the door open and said, "You look different, happier." I smiled. I stopped fighting for someone who didn't deserve me. The old man chuckled. "Takes strength to walk away." "Yes," I said, "real strength." And that was the truth. Sometimes the strongest man in the room is the one who leaves.